But the number one in my heart, number one in the streets, my nigga motherfucking Nate Diaz. This motherfucker, everybody's favorite Diaz brother comes in this bitch. Man, fuck Khamzat. Fuck the UFC. Fuck Dana. Fuck everybody.
Got a problem with being problematic. Get the light beam on me ready for electrostatic. Don't you step into this box if you're not batting. Then my gang got tools. You can call them boy crap. Man, this gang got rules. Man, you better watch your passes. This ain't not new.
Yo, what's up, you dirty bitches and dirty ninjas? Motherfucking, this is the Totally Blitz Fight Club. You feel me? And the rule number one in the Fight Club is you don't talk about Fight Club, but on the Totally Blitz Fight Club, we need you to like, subscribe, and share with a motherfucker because we talking that real UFC shit. We talking boxing, we talking MMA, and we back to talking football. But yo, make sure you drop a like, drop a comment, and take time to call Paul ugly. I feel like people don't do that enough. But motherfucking, we talking UFC 279. I'm your boy, Lil KK, aka the Dom PYE, but always known as the People's Champ. You feel me? And who am I in this bitch with?
What's up? This is Paul Pickle Wyndham Concha, bro. We about to break down all these fights today because UFC 279 low-key got some bangers this weekend.
It's a setup, man, because I've really been looking forward to this fight since we saw it on the main event, since we saw it on the board. We was like, are they serious?
Yeah, this is the sneak peek? What?
Are they going to feed him to the wolves like that? And when I saw the Izzy versus, when I saw the fight week, UFC fight week and everything, I was thinking like, oh, they're not gonna do it for real. They still did this shit. And I'm thinking like, okay, Khamzat, he got respect for Nate Diaz and everything, all that good stuff. But then everybody's favorite Diaz brother comes in this bitch and fuck Khamzat, fuck the UFC, fuck Dana, fuck everybody. And I'm just like, somebody might die.
Yeah, you don't do that. Don't poke the bear or poke the wolf.
But what the fuck are they fighting now, man? Tell me about this motherfucking card, homie.
Man, fucking UFC 279 T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, the one place where that's like the home of fighting, bro. Las Vegas, home of boxing and UFC fights alike. So, and this is like Nate Diaz's second home. I feel like a lot of his fights have taken place in Las Vegas.
Bro, he has to be my favorite personality. You made the best point ever. What did you say earlier?
If UFC was big time the way it is now and marketed the way it is now back in 2007, he would have been the first UFC superstar. He would have been the original Conor McGregor that set it off just because all the eyes that would have been on him, like the way he would have been the same dude you see now, but in his prime, kicking ass and fighting, going up for title contender fights and really choking people out, and like not the older Nate Diaz that just kind of, we love him, but we know he's deteriorated. But no, we would have got prime Nate Diaz flicking you off and then stealing you with the other hand. Like, they would have been some crazy shit.
Nah, dead ass. And the way he comes up in the weigh-ins, that would be front page news every time. The way he comes up to motherfuckers talking about some, like he really finna throw a set of there. I'd be like, God damn, this nigga Nate finna beat somebody ass.
His UFC poster, he's just fucking like right, it is like Pitbull flinching at your ass, right? I'm just like, okay, Nate, like just fucking do your thing.
Bro, I got love and respect for Nate, man. This man won Ultimate Fighter season 5, and he's this season 30.
Way back.
This man's still fighting top three people in his division because he's that big a draw, that big a moneymaker. So like, I'm glad for that. And my boy Khamzat gets a fucking payday this week. So it's gonna be a great card, man. But let's talk the whole card, man. What fight you want to talk first?
Shit, I really like the Kevin Holland fight just because it is Batman, Kevin Holland versus Danny Rodriguez. It's a catchweight fight. They're gonna be meeting, I believe, at like 180. That's nothing big for Kevin Holland. He used to fight at 185 middleweight. He went all the way to the top, lost to Vettori, lost to Brunson, but then that one moved to 170. He's been a problem since. So I think he's still going to be the bigger fighter, even though it is a catchweight for some weird reason.
No, that's actually big crazy. But no, I love seeing my dog Kevin Holland fight. He's a great. We gonna come in this bitch I'm telling you, I gotta get the shirt though. We gonna be all right, man. But I fuck with Kevin Holland. He's a great fighter, man. Saves fucking lives, heroes, and his fight style is nice. Big. What is he, like a black belt in
BJJ? Likes to strike with you.
But dog is nice, man. That's my homie. And he has the submissions in his back pocket.
Yeah, and people like to say he can't wrestle, but he was at 185. He was getting wrestled by Vettori and Brunson, like some big dudes for 185. At 170, he's the big dude now, and we saw him use his wrestling in his last fight where he got the submission over 10 means. His BJJ's in there in the back pocket, like has like an 8-inch reach on everybody in the division because how long he is. Like he's just a big dude all around. I don't see him like Daniel Rodriguez. Don't get me wrong, he's a southpaw boxer. And he can box. Like he got heavy shots. He likes to take people's heads off. He's like 6-1 in the UFC, so he's no slouch. He's only lost one fight. He's been gone for a year though, so we haven't seen him. So it's kind of like, is he still the same guy that won the Contender Series, got his contract and went 6-1, or he's been away for a year? He hasn't made no noise. Like what's going on with him? But there's a close fight nonetheless. Got a really good boxer in Daniel Rodriguez with powerful shots versus Kevin Holland, kind of do it all, man, to be honest, at this point.
Nah, Kevin Holland. But tell me about other homie. Like, what's other homie? What makes him be able to be in the top 3 pre? I'm faded.
He was 6-1 coming into this. It's just other than if he would have stayed on his momentum train. I know he got injured, so he couldn't fight. Not really his fault, but taking off his 1 year after going 6-1, like he has kind of lost that steam. So he could get the win on Kevin Holland because like it is a close fight. The odds would be closer if he didn't have the layoff, but it's just kind of like, how serious are you now that you're back here? Kevin Holland, I don't think he has anything really to prove. I still think he's on his way climbing the ladder of the welterweights. Like he's like, as long as he continues what he's doing, his size and like his bigness, kind of, he's gonna, even if you're good at things, he's gonna have a 7. D-Rod is a really good boxer, but is he gonna be able to get in close with Holland, who likes to use his range and be 7 inches, 8 inches is a long reach advantage?
No, that's fucking to the top of foot. Like, motherfucking, that's a big deal. But motherfucking, I gotta take Kevin Holland in this fight because I respect his style. But it's gonna be a good fight. I think this is gonna be like a nice test. And I'm a firm believer that you don't get better at something by not doing it. So I gotta take my dog Kevin Holland in this fight because how could I not root for Kevin?
I know. And even though it's a catch weight, Kevin Holland's gonna be the bigger dude. Like Daniel Rodriguez has always been a 170 or so. I think Holland gets the win. And I think, I want to say effortlessly, the odds are close for a reason, but I just think he's going to play the smart game of using his reach, and he might even get a takedown here or there and showcase some wrestling. Not wrestling, but showcase his BJJ. So I think I think this is one of my little favorite bets. I think Kevin Holland's on high, like a fucking steam train to the top right now, welterweight.
Yeah, I think he just needs to let them knock each other out. Welterweight, what is he? He went down to 170. Yeah, he needs to let them boys knock each other out a little bit, just play around, and then he'll sneak his way into the top 5.
Shit, he has some growing. I don't think he's top 15 yet though, so he has to at least. I think after this one, he might get that first ranking because Daniel Rodriguez is unranked, but I think he's like one of those fringe fighters on the like outside of top 15. Next fight though, we have 2 ranked fighters at the co-main event, even though one of them is in a different weight class. Tony Ferguson, the legend, living legend. You love him or you hate him. Number 11 lightweight in the world versus Jingliang, number 14 welterweight in the world. This is a fight at welterweight. Tony Ferguson is moving up. He's been at welterweight before. He's fought there at the Ultimate Fighter. That's where he fought on. So this isn't his first rodeo there, but it is something significant because he is 38 years old now, moving up after taking 4 straight losses at lightweight, but they were against the top guys. It was Beneil Dariush, Charles Oliveira grounded him out, Gaethje gave him 5 rounds of punishment, and Chandler memed him with a front kick. So
in a fight that he was winning.
Yeah, so it's not like he's losing the bums, but Jingliang ain't no bum either, ain't no slouch.
They say he's one of the hardest hitters in the division.
Definitely is. I mean, has the most wins by Chinese men's fighters. I think he's like 11-5 in the UFC. So he's a kind of a pioneer. He's never got a belt, but for like they're trying to build in China, and he's like one of their cornerstones of the Chinese fighters, and 8 knockouts out of those 11 wins. So he has the heavy hands.
Nah, he's dangerous, man. But I like my dog TF, man. I'm glad that he didn't listen to me when I said go ahead and hang them things up. You feel me? I like to see Tony Ferguson. And like you said, the UFC isn't really with them. Like him and Nate Diaz probably is similar boats. The UFC isn't really with them. They're kind of their times past. And if Tony Ferguson at his height just could have fought Khabib, I feel like this whole motherfucking world would be different. But
One of the biggest what ifs right there.
Yeah, because they fought him at the time. Dude literally slipped and got hurt on live TV.
That was the curse. They've planned that fight, I believe 2 or 3 times. Definitely 2, but I think 3 times. But every time someone got hurt right before.
There's either 6 or 7.
Oh, 6 or 7. Oh shit! No, I believe, but like every time someone got sick, someone got hurt, someone like.
And that was before COVID.
We would have been in a parallel universe right now. How do you feel about this fight though against moving up in weight? Does that not worry you a little bit just because he was getting knocked out and taking a ton of punishment at lightweight? One of the heaviest hitters in Ling Jingliang is like he might break his jaw if he lands. He's a hard that's a 15-pound difference, I believe.
No cap. This is low-key a setup fight. But we also got to remember Tony Ferguson didn't get knocked out in his entire career until he got memed by Michael Chandler in a fight that he was winning. So Tony Ferguson isn't like Tony Ferguson was a great title contender, great UFC interim champion. He was great. He definitely had his run. He was a big shit talker. But he's not, I want to go as far to call him a has-been. Yeah, I just think he's just older. He's 38 now. Like, stuff slower. He has to take his time. And like, but I think he still has it in him. If he does get caught, we might have to call the motherfucking ambulance. Like, we might have to have the ER on. We have the surgery on deck. If not, we might as well we might as well call the motherfucking coroner. But I don't think Tony Ferguson's gonna come in and fight his dumb fight. He understands that he got knocked out last fight. He's not really trying to redeem himself, but he's just trying to show that, like, yo, I'm still fucking Tony Ferguson.
That's definitely Tony Ferguson's. He hates when people count him out. He is definitely the odds show. It's one of the biggest odds on the card. -300 Ling Jingliang, +240 Tony Ferguson. Like big 2.5 underdog. So I think Ferguson does have a road to victory, and it is in his I think if he takes him to the ground, his BJJ is really good. He can control him. He might even get a submission.
Definitely don't want to stand up for that guy. Definitely.
Yeah, that's but if there was some back and forth, could be a lights out. And I'm not gonna say his chin is done just yet, because this, like you said, that was his first time getting stopped was Chandler. But if it's back-to-back stoppages and it's a bad stoppage, then it might be like, okay, like the legendary Tony Ferguson chin it's gone. Because he used to, his face would get cut up. He would bathe in the blood. He would be happy. Like he'll be a new fighter after he got after some blood on him.
If you catch him in a submission, you might as well just break that shit. Just break it. Because he's not tapping. Just break it. There's no quit in Tony Ferguson.
How are you feeling about? Let's get into the picks. Are you rocking with Tony Ferguson as the big underdog? Are you going with the Chinese warrior?
You wanted me to pick the nigga too? I just gave him all this motherfucking good praise. You want me to pick the nigga? What's wrong with you?
Too much.
I got my dog Tony Ferguson on this one. I think he has a road to victory, and I just want to see him fight a good fight. I don't want this to be his last fight, so I just want to sit there and try to find a way. But if he did lose, yeah, it's fine anyway. Like, Anderson Silva is doing something similar.
True. Let's see. I'm gonna go with Ling Jingliang. I think the odds are right on this one. He the 15 pounds of weight is gonna be a big deal. I think it wasn't like he took a year off and he's coming up now. It's kind of like he just lost his fight like 2-3 months ago, and he's like, all right, I'm put on some weight, and I'm just now fight at this other weight class. And we don't ever see these older fighters trying to move weight classes late in their career after a lot of losses do real well. And I think the trend's going to continue, and I think we might get another knockout, because I don't think Jingliang's going to wrestle him or anything like that. But I think has good enough wrestling defense to not get taken down and force the exchanges. And then when he just knocked out Muslim Sadikov, who's fucking known for his high level striking, was a hype train at UFC Long Island between Ortega and Yair Rodriguez. And I think the UFC didn't expect to have a star out of him, but they're low key. If he gets another one, he just stopped the hype train. If he knocks out Tony Ferguson, like,
wait, he's coming off a win.
Yeah. So this, like, I really don't see, like, I think UFC didn't expect a star in him, but like they want China market, and he like, I think if he wins here, beats a legend, the star's only rising. They can use him some more. He fought at UFC China and won last time, so, or UFC Singapore, and so he's low key getting a second run in the UFC if he knocks off Tony Ferguson.
If only Tony Ferguson could. I'm always to keep saying that, but hey, man, that's TF, man. We'll see how that shit goes. Y'all better not meet my dog if he gets knocked out again. I'm fighting all of y'all.
It may happen. The Twitter streets are ruthless. Not as ruthless as Dana White, though, setting up our boy Nate Diaz. That boy Khamzat Chimaev here for the main event of UFC 279.
Before we even get into this, I actually accidentally watched a documentary on Khamzat. It was one of those like fan-made documentaries. Did a great job. Great talk back. I wish I knew what this channel was so I could give him a shout out. Great job. But Khamzat is from the slums, like the slums. Nigga went to Sweden for like safety. Like, bro, this shit was crazy. He literally was in a war-torn fucking village. Motherfucking people dying on a regular. Like, he's seen some shit, and that's life on a regular basis. So it makes sense that he comes with a kill mentality.
Yeah, nah, that boy really, like, he's like the Nurmagomedov, like real slums, not like the police don't even come to this village. There's no police in this village, bro. Like, you get it how you get it.
I'm a firm believer that a lot of these fights come back down to poverty. Like, who doesn't want to go back to the motherfucking slums? Like, I think that's how Leon Edwards kicked the fuck out of Kamaru. I think that's how Yuri gets a motherfucking headlock on motherfucking a rear naked choke on Glover. Like, I think that comes down to poverty. Like, you got to really sit down and think, I'm not going back, and I'm enjoying life. So every time I think of Khamzat, I'm like, this man has no choice but to become pound for pound champion. Like, one day he's gonna be the number one. But he's gonna be the number one in the street. The number one in my heart.
Oh, bro, he's 11-0, unstoppable force. Like, his first 3 fights didn't even get punched with a significant strike. Like, and he beat Ling Jingliang along the way, who, as we know, is a great strike. Like, it's just like, this isn't like he beat a ranked welterweight guy in like 2 minutes and didn't even get touched by him. Like, and then goes out and has a fight of the year with Gilbert Burns. And we saw that he's human, but we also saw that, like, yo, he hasn't just been beating bums, but he's legit. He's taking Gilbert Burns down, throwing him, looking absolutely massive compared to Gilbert Burns. It's looking like a different weight class altogether. Like, he's just they have another Conor McGregor on their hands. Like, this man doesn't even need to just put together sentences that great. Like, all he has to say is, I smash people. And the fans love it. Like, his stardom is growing all on its own just because he dominates, and he's just like, I here to kill you all. Like, I will smash. I
am the champion. But I love it, man. I fucking love it. But he's gonna be number one in every book. But the number one in my heart, number one in the streets, my nigga motherfucking Nate Diaz. This motherfucker is the biggest thug in all of motherfucking combat sports. Like, he is the true OG when it comes to just keeping it real. The amount of motherfuckers he's flicked off walls, submitting their stupid ass. Like this
Smacking
motherfucking
somebody in the
Oh,
middle.
I wish I could. I wish I was in this motherfucker. And in fact, the last time we've seen this nigga, he pissed at the motherfucking UFC motherfucking headquarters. Like this motherfucker is a menace, and I love it. He's like the 50 Cent of the UFC.
And he don't like. It's not just beefing with fighters. He beefs with the management. He beefs with the owner. He beefs with CEOs. He like everyone can get it.
Her beef.
Everyone can get it, bro. Fuck everybody. Fuck everything. Like, and he's only gonna get bigger too. Like he's older now, but like after his UFC contract, after this fight, he has plans. Like he's been waiting for this fight just so he can go on with his plans. Like he has some big shit set up, and I want to see what the fuck that is.
And I think that's probably the reason why they gave him Khamzat. Because they was like, yo, motherfucking, they was like, yo, you're not going to be doing nothing with us after this. And we don't want to motherfucking. So they're trying to just get him murdered one time. But I just hope it don't go down like that. How do you think this fight's going to go?
Nah, bro, it's going to be a murder. Like, everyone loves to play the clip of how Nate Diaz rocked Edwards towards the final moments of that fight, but like prior to that rock, bro, like he was getting absolutely destroyed on the feet, and it wasn't a close fight. And I think Chimaev there were some old clips I saw going around when Nate Diaz was fighting Roy McDonald back in Nate Diaz's prime and Roy McDonald's in his prime. Roy McDonald in this one fight picked him up above his shoulder like 5 times and spine busted his ass.
God damn.
And Roy McDonald's a great wrestler, but he was not. He was big for the division too. But like Chimaev is just this. If he could do that, Chimaev can absolutely do it. And I'm just getting like clips of that in my head of seeing a lot of people are expecting him to get the knockout, and it's completely obliterated. I see Chimaev picking him up on his shoulder and spine buster Nate Diaz, and that's gonna be like the meme or something. I see that at least one time in this fight, and he's gonna grind him out. It's a smash. It might be a TKO on the ground with the punches, might get stopped, but I don't see this being a competitive fight, but I do see it being a fun fight while it lasts. I do think there will be a finish. I don't know submission or TKO, but I just don't see how he's gonna go 25 minutes with Chimaev.
Yeah, I don't see it either, and I hope it's not a murder because 5 rounds is a long time. 25 minutes is a long time
to be locked in a cage.
No, for real. But he's not backing down. He's gonna flick him off. He's gonna say like he's gonna do whatever. He's gonna do Nate Diaz shit. I just hope it's not a murder, and I hope it goes to at least a third. What's the over under?
I think it's 2.5 or 3.5. Probably 3.5.
Damn, I gotta take the under on that one. But I'm hoping it goes to the motherfucking third.
I want to see a little drinking game for everybody this weekend. Every time he flicks off Chimaev, take a shot, and anytime he does his little Ric Flair dance, or like as if he's about to like walk away, and then he fakes it and then swings a punch type shit. Like he does his little like pretend on walk and then punches at you. He does some funny shit, like some crazy Ric Flair shit. If he does that, I'm taking a shot every time he does one of those little moves. Like I'm done. All right, I'm gonna walk off and then just turn and swing.
What's your favorite Nate Diaz quote?
Oh, I don't probably fuck everybody. Does that one simple enough?
Nah, my favorite, I've been watching the countdowns. My favorite is he said, "We gonna beat y'all ass." And that's what's up. Like that shit, I can watch that shit for days. Like that shit is every time I see that shit, I replay it. We gonna beat y'all ass, and that's what's up. And I was like, this is my champion.
Nate Diaz has been having his beef with the UFC for a minute because some people forget that like his first fight back against Leon Edwards, I think it was supposed to be a big. I don't know if it was that fight or maybe it was the Masvidal BMF fight, but it was supposed to be a big deal. He was supposed to have his own little moment. Shout out to him, and then they announced something with Conor McGregor and something like on the same presser for him, and he just like up and left because that was like he was like it took his moment. Like everyone like this was be my moment type shit. And they decided like so his beef with these motherfuckers have been going back for a minute. Everything they do, he feels like it's towards him, and everything he does, they feel like it's towards them. So like I think
it's well, we know that it's not just the Nate Diaz out of this. It's the Diaz brothers. They've always had this beef with the UFC. And these niggas was treating weed, when it came to his brother, they was treating weed like steroids. They tried to give him a lifetime ban for smoking. So like something that's legal now. So like I think it was a long time ago that he decided it's fucking UFC. Them niggas are snakes. But he's such a, and remember they was trying to say that he's not a big draw. Like they've disrespected him many, many times. So like, and he's not the type to just keep being like, oh yeah, maybe they'll change. Nah, fuck y'all, fuck everybody. That's how he feels. Except Ariel Helwani, like that's the homie.
Yeah, and Dana White doesn't fuck with Ariel Helwani, so like it only makes sense. Like it's fuck. It's, the beef with Dana White only got bigger with that one.
No, yeah.
Shit. Anything else you got on this card?
Are we wearing all black to the next episode?
You may have to. There might be 2 funerals we may have to attend to next week. The 2 living legends of Nate Diaz and Tony Ferguson.
I might. Don't make me come with my black umbrella. That's how I know shit got bad.
I'm at least giving the respect of not putting them in the pack, even though I feel like Nate Diaz would enjoy getting put into the pack. Like if he goes, I feel like he would want his people to smoke his ashes.
Nice.
Like knowing Nate Diaz, I feel like that's the way he would want to go.
It's gonna be great, man. I hope it doesn't go. I hope it doesn't go too bad. But hey, it's gonna be a great card. Don't forget Kevin Holland and this motherfucker.
Johnny Walker's on the card too. Fucking banger.
And then after this, the next big pay-per-view is gonna be UFC 280. Hey,
yes, sir.
Abu Dhabi. But nah, man, we're going to motherfucking Vegas this week. This has been the UFC 279 Totally Blitz Fight Club recap, you bitch. Motherfucker, we've been out here talking this shit. Go peep our boxing previews, and football season is back this week, motherfuckers. So we're gonna keep giving you what you need. Keep going ahead and getting that crack from us. We coming every week with it. But this is, if you didn't know, I don't mind telling you one more time, you bitch, that this has been the Totally Blitz. Yeah, bitch.
Passing out the medicines. We've been on that rock star regimen, knowing that I'm heaven sent, higher than I ever been. I got a problem with